Hi, Richard. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. We've made it, Avery.
Ooh.
We've done it. How are you?
I'm kind of burned up and mad.
You're what? I'm sorry?
I'm a little burned up. I don't know if you had a chance to see Cynthia trying to do a report, and
No.
I've apologized to our viewers who had the misfortune of meeting a charming young woman who thought it was really appropriate to scream F her in the P while sins lie.
Oh,
it's just,
again,
honestly,
this
like, make it
again.
stop. Make it stop. So for all those people who thought it was just the idiot.
For no other reason, Avery, than see what happened the last time with people losing their jobs and everything by doing that.
Yeah.
Who on earth would make that decision?
Yeah, and there's a lot of people who thought it was just sort of men doing it to women. Well, equal opportunity in the idiot department because it was a young woman doing it.
Anyways, onwards we go.
Onward we go. Listen, we know that this is Pride weekend, and that brings a lot of money into the city.
Sure does, and we have some interesting new numbers in here from Nielsen Research that sort of shows the immense buying power now of the LGBT community. Take a look at this. LGBT consumers, they account for $3.4 billion of consumer spending annually in Canada, a huge number. LGBT consumers, they make more shopping trips than the general population, according to Nielsen, 147 a year compared to 138. They're higher earners. 24% make more than $100,000 a year compared to the 22% average. 6% of LGBT households have children under the age of 6, and that number is growing. LGBT consumers spend more on non-traditional outlets, 50% more than the average consumer in pet stores, 44% more in online shopping, 35% more in drugstores, 23% more in office supply stores, and 13% more in dollar stores. So, Avery, the smart retailers are certainly looking to cater to the LGBT consumers because they got a lot of money to spend. So,
well, and you can see the corporatization of Pride as well, because all the big banks and corporate organizations are involved in the parade and everything. So that's great.
Good. Happy Pride.
Listen, let me say BlackBerry. I mean, I don't know that we've ever done a good news story on BlackBerry, or at least not for a very long time. Again, money problems for them.
It has been a better news story the last couple of months because they're transitioning into the sort of software company, and the stock this year is up 40%. But yeah, not such great news today on BlackBerry, with the shares plummeting almost 13% on Bay Street. Worst day for BlackBerry stock in 2.5 years. It was on some disappointing earnings. The company said that revenue from its software business was down, and that's a problem because, again, it's the software side of the company that is supposed to be turning BlackBerry around. So down went the stock today, but there is a lot of talk, Avery, about BlackBerry being a takeover target, about a company now maybe coming in to snap it up. So that's kind of the talk on Bay Street, something we could see in the coming months.
All right, so for people who rent, this is really an important thing to know. We do now know just how much they'll be going up next year under the province's expanded rent control rules.
That's correct. So the maximum amount a landlord can hike your rent next year will be 1.8%. So again, that's the maximum amount that a landlord can hike your rent without needing the approval of the Landlord and Tenant Board. Rent controls had previously only applied to private rental units built before November 1991. But Queen's Park removed that exemption, so about 250,000 more tenants will now get protection. This year's rent increase was 1.5%, Avery.
All right, I know that boxers are very excited about one of the biggest boxing matches in history. It's happening in Vegas, but you need a whole lot of dough if you're planning to go down there and watch it.
Are you excited about this? Does this tickle your fancy in any way?
You're asking me because somehow you know that I'm not a fan of boxing. I recognize that it's a legitimate sport and that these are incredible athletes. I don't enjoy watching someone get pounded out. But
not everyone's cup of tea, but there is this big boxing match at the end of August. Floyd Mayweather versus Conor McGregor, the UFC star. And yeah, you better have your Benjamins ready if you're going down to Vegas to watch. The cheapest ticket for this, $2,200 up in the nosebleeds. If you want to see,
oh my gosh, that's a lot of money.
It is. If you want to sit courtside, it's $98,000 a seat. Las Vegas hotel prices have gone through the roof for that weekend at the end of August as well, and it's expected to be the biggest ever moneymaker for pay-per-view, Avery.
I was going to say that's the way a lot of people are going to watch it, right?
Absolutely. Big money for pay-per-view, could be the biggest ever, and of course Mayweather here, Money Mayweather as he calls himself, coming out of retirement for this bout, Avery.
He's getting ready. He's getting ready. All right, tell me about IKEA. What's it investigating? What's catching on fire? I'm not following.
Yeah, so we got some crazy videos. So in IKEA stainless steel bowls, apparently they, light your food on fire.
Catch on fire.
The bowls. So a Swedish man was eating grapes last weekend, he said, and they caught on fire. So to demonstrate this, he posted this video of him lighting paper on fire by putting it in one of these IKEA
metal
bowls.
in the sun.
Yeah, you know, it's the sun sort of reflecting. They're called blank steel bowls, and IKEA apparently says they're investigating this issue. I don't know if it's specific to the IKEA bowl, or maybe he was just in a sunny spot, but where there's smoke, there's fire, maybe, Avery.
Did the grapes catch on fire? What's the grape connection?
Well, that's how he found out. He had grapes in there, and they caught on fire, so he demonstrated it with paper. Could be the new way to grill your food, though, in IKEA stainless steel bowls.
The bigger story may be that he managed to find a way to get grapes to catch on fire. I've never heard of that before, but that may be actually the lead of the story.
That might be it, yeah.
Listen, tell me about the price of gas. A lot of people traveling this weekend.
Yeah, going up a penny, 1 cent tonight at midnight, and that'll bring the average to $1.05.9, and that price, Avery, should hold into Sunday. You have a lovely weekend.
I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Thanks so much, Richard.